I'm Amanda Seyfried, and I am here shooting Miu Miu Women's Tales number 31 with Mona Fastvold. I am the girl. I'm coming out of, I don't know what it's about, honestly. I feel like it's possibly the most abstract women's tales ever. But I'm kind of connected more to my child self in a beautiful way. And my character is emerging as somebody who's been, a mannequin, a puppet for so long. And so my job today has been just to move like someone who doesn't really understand their body and is curious about the world. And I love I love that idea of always returning to something youthful and enlightened in some way. At the same time, I think it's a kind of a curious theme, and I think a lot of people are going to have a lot of different ideas about what it means. It's a funny thing being an actor. I get to be free a lot. I don't have the constraints of real life when I'm on set. It's playing make-believe forever. And we're all children, and most of us play make-believe because it's where we can invent things and imagine and operate through the imagined worlds that we're creating. And it's just so beautiful, the idea of just simply breaking free of whatever life puts around you as a constraint. And it's definitely inspiring, and when you take storytelling and fashion and all these artists, it's always interesting what is created. Truthfully, Mona was like, I'm directing this Miu Miu Women's Tales. I'm like, what about me? She's like, do you want to be in it? And I was like, yeah. Yeah. I love the brand. I love Miu Miu. I love Prada. I love everything. I've been a fan of this brand for a very long time. I've been a part of this brand family for a very long time, and it feels natural for me to be a part of this specific experience and specific storytelling, especially because Mona and I are just coming off of something so kind of groundbreaking for us as artists in The Testament of Anne Lee, that like it feels more like a continuation and also a celebration of what we are always wearing during our press. So it's just everything's being married. Everything's like, it's a very small world, and it feels very natural and organic for us to be doing this together. I think that the clothing, we wear clothing to express ourselves, and it's very specific and very nuanced. And so when you create a design, costumes for the character, it's related to everything the character is going through, who they are, where they're from. And so you have such an amazing idea and insight into the character itself by putting on their clothing, knowing how it feels and how they walk with it. Like the shoes, specifically, the shoes are really, they're really effective at keeping you grounded in this other character. And it's very, very important what we are wearing, what I am wearing as the actor portraying this specific character. And so it's the first thing that we do, really, besides preparing technical things like accents or, I don't know, backstory or books, if there's novels about this person or just different jobs that this person has, and like exploring that. It's also the first thing you do when you meet the crew, when the director and the producers put the crew together. It's like the costume designer is very, very important, and the meeting with the costume designer is very important for me. And then I start to see more clearly who this person is based on what they're going to be wearing. So that's a very pivotal step. And then the character, I mean, you look in the mirror and you feel differently because you're wearing something that you wouldn't necessarily be wearing as yourself. And then you look in the mirror, and even if my face doesn't look like somebody, or I don't relate it to the character so much through my own eyes, I know what people are seeing is slightly different than Amanda. So it's definitely a big step towards creating that imagined world. It depends on the director and the director's background and kind of how they grew up in the world. The sensibilities are just different and their sensitivities are different. But in terms of, I mean, women in general, for me, represent the maternal, the nurture, the support. You know, there's nothing like you. I do feel more seen by women because I am a woman, and I feel even more seen by mothers because I'm a mother. And I feel more connected to my own mother because I'm a mother. And it doesn't mean that you can't be a man and be fantastic and warm and nurturing as well. It just seems to be like there is an undeniable connection with the female for me. And I do think that, like Mona specifically, there is this patience that I feel must have come from not just being a woman, but being a woman with sisters and having an incredible mom who raised her as a single mother and just know, you know, and then working really like twice as hard to get where she is as a director. It's just that ethic, the ethics, the work ethic, and the need to feel safe makes her want to create safety. So it, you know, I've also had male directors who've had very feminine, intense feminine energies, and it's always wonderful. But I think, you know, the maternal, I think it's important. Mothers are very important, and I think even if you're not a mother, being a female, you're kind of intuitively more nurturing than a male. But that's like science, I think. It's hormones. It's like primal. It all comes from a primal place. So I don't begrudge men for sure. I do realize though that we do as women have to work harder to you know, to get where we want to be, and that's hopefully not always going to be the case.